Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who's trying to stay calm and not freak out because they're mad that you're not freaking out. So I feel like you may be having a conversation about some gossip, perhaps with a small group of people or like your closest friend. And it's like somebody's trying to figure out, what the actual truth is. And it could be that somebody's getting a bit nervous that because everyone's talking about it and because you're relatively unbothered, that this attempt to make you look bad is actually just going to kind of blow up in their face. So, whoever's spreading these rumors, they're upset because it doesn't seem to be impacting you negatively. If anything, I think some of you might even be just like a little bit amused. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. Hello, April. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I'm like scared of it now, you guys, because yesterday I just like obliterated it. Hello, Richie Tata. How we doing? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Jess. How's it going? So if you are interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. But it's also just like my channel name at gmail.com, wickedwandstarot@gmail. Also, I started memberships recently, so feel free to check that out. There's 3 different tiers. I wanted to make sure that it was reasonable, unless, of course, you want a monthly reading. Just kidding. So I think we need to like start off with the situations deck because, of course, there is a gossip card in here, but also I'm kind of curious why there's somebody who wants to rain on your parade. So let's see what we can figure out. What else do we have? Nightlife, gamble, take a risk, Vegas, and family, blood ties, inner circle. Oh, okay. I feel like somebody is trying to create drama to hide their own drama. It's like what I'm seeing in my mind is somebody who's throwing something across the room because they're trying to hide and they know that that sound will get people to look over there. So it's, I think, a small group. It could be, family connections, but I think it's close friends. And somebody wants to make you look bad to distract from their own issues. It's like they got a bad haircut and they want to point out the fact that you're wearing Crocs so nobody sees that they got the bad haircut. Nice. Hello, John. How are you doing? Hello, Jamie. Got a new profile pic. Hello, Selena. How are you doing? Hello, Lemonade. What's up? So we've got Archangel Michael. Here's that gossip card. It did come out in the reverse. I'm just going to say that. So I feel like someone's upset because their distraction technique may not be working very well. Gosh, this just like takes me right back to high school. You are protected from somebody trying to spread rumors about you, or perhaps you're the good friend having this conversation. But I think the two of you are figuring out that there's gossip that's being spread about one person in an attempt to distract. And I think you're figuring out why somebody would make up a crazy story that's not true, hoping that you wouldn't notice what else is going on. But it's like, if you're trying to hide in the woods because you're hunting or something, you're not going to wear bright red. You're not going to, I mean, I would hope not. You're not going to wear bright orange unless, well, you want to be making out shop and stuff. So I guess that's a thing. But like, if you're trying to camouflage, you try to match around the things around you. And I feel like this is somebody who wanted to throw poo at somebody and make sure it would stick. It doesn't. It's gossip that does not serve its purpose. So I don't think their tactic is going very well. Ooh, it happens like that every once in a while. I hope not for everyone. This is the Santa Muerte. Lovers in the reverse. Temperance and the Ten of Cups in the reverse. I think this is somebody who would like to find a way to avoid consequences for themselves. So they're doing what they can to, with this Temperance, it's like, everything's fine here, but look over there. But the Ten of Cups is in the reverse. So it's whatever this action is that they took to try to make somebody else look bad, this gossip that they were spreading. It may have some truth in it, but it doesn't have the desired impact because I think this person is, it's like they're picking the wrong person or picking the wrong thing to say about that person. It doesn't match up. So it just makes your group of friends or your close friends kind of like look at this person like, what did you just say? That doesn't sound right. Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Yeah, this is somebody trying to say they have a secret and, you know, they shouldn't know it, but they do. And whatever the secret is that they share, people are like, oh, are you sure about that? And maybe you've already got a little bit of tension between you and this person. That could be why they're targeting you. Maybe they're jealous. But this is somebody trying to say they've got a secret about you and they're trying to leverage that to make sure people don't figure out what they're up to. Like, let's give them something to talk about kind of energy. What else do we have? Six of Cups in the reverse and the Sun in the reverse. So interesting that we have the Lovers clarified by the Six of Cups because the Lovers is number 6. Number 6 could be important. And the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This might be an old secret. What I feel like this person is doing is taking some kernel of truth from like 5-10 years ago or whatever, a long time ago, okay? And trying to serve that up on a platter as a juicy tidbit for your friends or family, like whatever this group of people is, because they want people talking about that instead of having something about themselves to talk about. But I don't think that what they have presented as the gospel truth is ringing true to people, especially if they did add in a little bit of extra spiciness just to make sure people would talk about it. That extra spiciness is making it completely not believable. So to be honest, for many of you, it kind of feels like this person, even if they have a kernel of truth in whatever this gossip is that they're trying to spread about you, because they've exaggerated it to make it look worse, they're now making it so that people don't believe anything about it, even if there is this kernel of truth in it. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot by trying to make you look worse than you actually should, right? Exaggerating it. Hello, Divine Diamond. How are you doing today? Hello, Upper Echelon. Hello, Patrick. How are we doing today? So Santa Muerte herself. This is the Death card. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. This is a failed plan that ends up causing more damage to the person who started the gossip than the intended target. And I feel like the fact that we have pregnant death here, that's a wild one. is because it's a noticeable feature, right? Someone could be trying to hide a pregnancy or hide the circumstances of that pregnancy. The secret that they're trying to spread about you could pertain to a pregnancy. But again, they mismanaged this whole thing. They're trying so hard to make everybody look in a different direction, but they couldn't help themselves. They had to like add the little flourish on the top or try to really make you look like a bad person. And it's that detail that's like so obviously not your, I don't know, energy, that now this person is, I think, getting asked a lot of questions. Why did you say this? Where did you hear it? What kind of receipts do you have? You know? Hello, Matt. How are you doing? I'm sorry that happened to you. Nobody deserves that. Archetype, we ain't posting anybody's personal information. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. But don't make me block you. What are you talking about? The thing is, the truth always comes out. And if they wanted to adjust it to make you look worse, it really just makes them look questionable. So we've got unfulfilled, emotional or physical needs unmet. I need more love. And the future, becoming clear about your vision of the future. This situation is underscoring for you that perhaps there are individuals in your social circle or your social community that should not have access to you. This is indicating somebody who's known you for a very long time. Somebody who maybe you were young and stupid with at one point. You know, we've all been young and stupid. That's part of life. But this is somebody who's trying to leverage information that they have about you or information that they've, you know, altered to try to make you, I don't know, feel like powerless or feel like you can't do what you want to do. Well, you could do that, but you also don't have to yell at me. I'm not a fan of doxing unless we got like, well, I like the dogs. It sounds very similar. But like doxing a person, yeah. Yeah, just chill. Hi, Voyager. How's it going? Hello, Deborah. How's your day going? Archetype, I know you know how to use lowercase letters. Right? The truth will always come out, so don't you worry, Archetype. This person wanted you to feel trapped. It's like they wanted you to publicly have to apologize for something you did a long time ago. Maybe because they've done something against you and they want you to look like the worst person, right? I'm just going to put this out there. We are still 100% responsible for our own actions, even when there are other things going on around us. Do I think self-defense is a legitimate reason to hurt somebody if they have tried to hurt you first? Sure. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, just because you're trying to make somebody feel threatened or crazy, it does not like absolve whatever problems the Santa Muerte individual has, right? You are no more innocent because you are trying to make somebody else look guilty. But that's their tactic, and they're sticking with it. This is the Morgan Greer. So we have the moon. This secret that they feel like shows you're not to be trusted, or if you've said something about them, clearly you're a liar because you did this back in 2001. You know, like they want to tell people that you're not a reliable individual to to get the truth from because you did something long ago that was bad. Like nobody's 100% innocent, okay? Maybe just like babies and whatnot. Hold on. Okay, I did not break my table. Cool. I think this is somebody trying to feel less guilty about what they did to you by pointing out what you've done in the past, and it is not going well because they can't just tell the dang truth. It's like somebody saying, don't get mad at me for cheating on you because you cheated on me a long time ago too. Don't get mad at me for hitting on your husband or your wife because remember that time a million years ago back in college when you did the naked mambo with my boyfriend or girlfriend? They're like trying to not have to deal with their own consequences because that one time you did stuff. Like, okay. Solid argument. How did that work for you in court? Just curious. Well, shut up, judge. Remember that thing you did a long time ago? Yes, very lit. Hello, Lucas. What's up, GP? I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, it happens, you know? I would definitely say it's a red flag if you are in a relationship with somebody, or I mean, I guess friendships too, right? Where you cannot stay on topic with regards to something you are hoping to get an apology for. There are times where relationships get complex and there are a lot of things, but that's why we deal with them one at a time because we don't want to deal with all the other 18 problems that we had because we already talked about them, right? This would be somebody who doesn't want to focus on what they did. So remember that? What about that? But here's the thing. This is happening for a reason. This is somebody who is showing you who they really are and making it clear that they don't want to show you the respect that you deserve, that they don't want to be held accountable. This is an opportunity for introspection. So the Five of Wands in reverses. I don't want to argue. I don't want to win. I feel like I've already lost because you look at me as an enemy, because you want to find a way to make me look bad. So this is actually an empowering moment for you. I think it's kind of difficult for this friend to understand. Again, they're looking at you like, why are you so unbothered? Why are you like not mad at me? Why aren't you like defending yourself? Why aren't you, returning fire? Why aren't you trying to spread things about me? Well, you're a Queen of Wands. You got better things to do. You don't need to be out here trading stupid gossip like it's second grade. This is an opportunity for you to lay down the weaponry and acknowledge that this person is attacking you because they don't want to accept responsibility for their own shortcomings or the things they did to you. So it is an opportunity for you to realize and be the bigger person. Maybe it's time to not be in this friendship anymore. Maybe this is somebody who is unwilling to do right by me. And if they are unwilling to do right by me, then why would I continue to call them a friend? Yes. Maturity is why. Exactly. That's true, Jess. Hello, Divine Nature. How are you doing? Constant evil eye. Let me share something that I do. I like to take a moment and not have any sounds going on, or maybe I'm outside, right? But I picture a protective, like white sphere or dome around where I am. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the whole house. Maybe it's, I don't know, the neighborhood, whatever. But when you picture that kind of transparent and then slowly it gets to the point where you cannot see through it, that's how I'm picturing that all of that energy is outside. It cannot touch me. Obviously, there's return to senders out there as well, but I do feel like whoever I'm reading for, this Queen of Wands, you do have more than one person that wants to see you not do well. And that's why you're being given this opportunity to be honest with yourself about whether or not this person's actually a friend of yours, right? So we've got the Three of Cups and Judgment. For some of you, this gossip situation is going to highlight for you, this person is not your friend, but these two people are your friend. It kind of clears the air in a way where you know who should still be your friend. Yes, you are right, Jess. So we have Judgment and King of Cups in the reverse. You're taking a look at this friend group or this social circle. You're realizing who has been able to mature or grow up, because I got to be honest, if you're in the same friend circle as you were 30 years ago, that can be a little bit stifling in terms of personal growth, because friends are the people who encourage or enable, right? This is somebody acknowledging, I don't see a future in terms of a friendship with this person, because they're real dead set on trying to make me look bad in order to avoid their own problem. So if this is how you do friendship, I think I'm just going to unsubscribe. Goodbye. Oh, I love that, Jess. I'm going to read it for people. I am love and I am peace. I've sturdy. Is it I have, or is it I've sturdy branch but tender leaf? I don't know if I'm reading it right. I heal the world when I speak. I heal the world with my words. I heal the world when I am seen. I heal the world when I am heard. I love that. That's so beautiful. Hello, Tiana. How are you doing, hon? So we've got the Tower, the Hierophant in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, and the World. This is somebody who has gone to lengths, probably could even say extreme lengths. Can we go with desperate lengths? They've gone to desperate lengths to make you look bad so that they don't look as bad. But what they don't realize is their efforts to try to sidestep that responsibility have only just made it that much clearer to you that this is probably the end of your friendship. That there are other things you should probably be spending your time on, or other people that could be lifting you up, or at least like challenging you, right? You don't have to be the kind of friend that always laughs at my jokes and tells me that I'm the best. In fact, I would much prefer it if you tell me when my jokes aren't funny, or when you tell me that I'm being stubborn. Like, call me out, please. That's what a real friend would do. But this is someone saying, you're trying to be a negative influence in my life. And that's not friendship energy. All right, this is What's the News? Yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. I agree. That works too, Jess. So we've got the repo card. Oh, okay. It's interesting, isn't it? Because this repo card is about money, but what is in the picture? A wedding ring. Default on payments. Financially incapable, repossessed assets. Playa, playing the field, not looking to settle, seeking options. So this friend, this fake friend of yours or frenemy, this is somebody who's going through a difficult time, perhaps in a relationship, or at the very least financially. And I think this is somebody who is trying to get favors from other people. Are they financial favors or sexual favors? I don't know. That's up to you. It could be either. It could be both. But I think this Santa Muerte individual is trying to throw shade at the Queen of Wands because they don't want people to know they've got financial issues. Maybe they owe people money within the community, or they don't want to know that there's some trouble within their own relationship. This could be somebody who is trying to distract from the fact that they are cheating. So I'm going to talk about how somebody else used to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Brilliant. No one will ever know. We've got wine and dine. Yeah. Okay. Look, I think we got somebody here who's got some financial issues, and they're trying to make themselves feel better by getting... I can't help it, you guys. I really just want to quote League of Their Own right now. A little pickle tickle. I'm sorry. I know I should be more of a serious person, but I just can't help myself, you guys. Look, this is somebody who does not like the current state of their life. They are frustrated. I do feel like they are potentially in a relationship that is not doing well, and they also have some financial issues. I think they're either being cheated on or they themselves are out cheating, and they don't want attention on their issues in their life. They don't want to be blamed for maybe taking out their frustration on others. So they're trying to highlight this Queen of Wands, I believe that's you, and make it seem like you got some big issue or you're some horrible person, probably because you asked this person if they're okay. Probably because they feel you're going to be the first person that would pick up on the issues at hand, and they don't want to talk about it. Hi, Vicky. How are you doing? Stop. I can't. Hello, Third Eye. How are you doing? So we've got squad, reconciliation, soul tribe, and close friends. That's what I've been saying. This is an issue within a group of friends, but there's definitely some sort of infidelity or like accusations thereof. Yeah. Lipstick, evidence. And then we've also got the memories card. This is somebody who's bringing up like an old grudge. Remember that time you hit on my boyfriend? Remember that time you cheated on Molly Sue? Yeah. Bringing up the past. Maybe for some of you, this is in the context of a romantic relationship where instead of facing their own shortcomings or the things that they have put you through, they're bringing up the fact that you cheated on them like 10 years ago or something. But it continually is bringing up friends with the Three of Cups and this card. So I feel like there's more than two people, well, more than three people involved here. Like, you can't talk about how bad a person I am because you're horrible. Emphasis on the first syllable. All right. Let's get some more tarot, shall we? Don't let me scooch back like that, you guys. That's how my bookshelf falls over. How dare you? What word? That's funny. You guys are funny. All right, this is the Egyptian tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. Another sun in the reverse. Goodness. I just want people to be happy. But this is about, I think this is about depression. I think we got somebody here who is really upset about what's going on in their life. Things are heating up or getting worse. Maybe somebody's moving out or a marriage is ending or a house being repossessed. But this person doesn't want to talk about their own things. They don't want to talk about what they did to make the situation happen. They want to talk about what happened a long time ago. And with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, they are lying or at the very least they're exaggerating, making it sound worse than it actually was. Well, yeah, maybe I did cheat, but you ate the last cookie 5 years ago and I never got over it, dang it. Sorry. We've got the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. So things are getting, it's like they go from bad to worse for this Santa Muerte individual, the person who's struggling in their current relationship or trying to be a bit vindictive with a friend. This is somebody who feels like they have nothing left. So they could have experienced some financial loss, maybe even an issue with regards to a job, or I don't know, lost their savings. But here's this Nine of Swords again, which we had at the very beginning. They're freaking out because things are not going well for them. We did have the Hierophant in the reverse, which could indicate the end of a marriage. King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. I think this is somebody who wants to lie about you because you've got more security or stability in the areas that they are currently feeling a little bit stressed about. Well, they really didn't have to talk about you at all. Stoppers for the chair wheels? Yeah, probably, but like, I love literals. The danger's part of the fun. Hello, Jim. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. So we've got the Three of Pentacles and the reverse, King of Swords, and the Three of Wands. The advice here is take action. You are smart enough to know exactly what the situation is. You know that somebody's deflecting. End up. Why does somebody deflect? Because they don't want to do right by you. Because they don't want to show you the respect, the basic respect of being honest with you about what happened and why things are weird. Instead, they want to go, you did it. What are we, 3? So when you see who somebody really is or what their motivations truly are, and they are not mature and they are not respectful, this is saying, cut them off. This is not a friend. This is somebody who's trying to make you look bad, trying to throw some past situation in your face or draw people into a conversation about it because they can't handle what's going on in their own life. So 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. See, the thing is, when you're in a situation where you're struggling with regards to your relationship and your finances, you need that energy to handle what is going on. This is like if somebody was in a sinking boat, but rather than using the time they have to scoop out the water, plug up the hole in the canoe or whatever it is, they're over here trying to like shoot a water cannon at somebody else's boat. Like if it, yeah, I don't know. It's just not a good use of their energy or their time, but I think it's happening to make sure that you don't spend your time and energy trying to repair something with somebody who is just looking for secrets to throw in your face or looking for ways to avoid accountability for their actions. You know what? We need the fucking thing. It just feels right. Right, Tiana? Hello, Danny. How are you doing? Thank you, Tiana. Good morning, Co-Create. How are you doing? It's okay to say, hell no. You might want to say it with a little bit more enthusiasm than what I just said it. I'm sure you can make it sound way more interesting. But like, hell no. Or hell no, you a hoe. does that, sorry. This friend is not a friend. I do think somebody in your friend group, probably not you, I don't know, I get that it might be another close friend, says, hey, person who's trying to start rumors about your own friend, calm the fuck down and take a break. Maybe you're lashing out at people because you feel powerless about your own life. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out what you could actually do, bite-sized steps to get away from the issues that you're facing instead of trying to start some war over there, right? I know, I'm out of control today. Oops. Isn't I did that? You guys, your spirit guides are calling you out. They're saying, fuck it. You don't deserve to deal with somebody who's going to try to boomerang at you. Positive thoughts create positive shit in your life. It's a good reason to not entertain people who are constantly negative. I remember hanging out, drawing doodles with a couple of my friends. I used to have art night at my place. And, oh God, this is saying too much. We'll just say somebody came over and completely altered the energy in the room. And I'm sure all of you have had this happen at some point, right? We're sitting there listening to some good tunes, markers are out, whatever. And then knock, knock, they walk in and everybody's like, because that person was always negative. They were like a dark cloud, changed the whole room. This is saying, recognize that. This is somebody who's not interested in making things better in your life. They're interested in making you feel bad because they can't handle their own things. So, all right, let's get a few from the cat meme. This is major arcana only, just so you know. What else do we have? The Magician and the Empress in the reverse. You don't say. Huh. God, these cats are just freaking adorable. I cannot handle it. Look at that guy. And the Empress was in the reverse, but you got to see how cute he is first. Or she, sorry. I can't tell, you lump of adorable kitty cat. Empress being in the reverse is no surprise to me because remember we had Death, Santa Muerte, and she was pregnant. This is somebody who could have children, or this is somebody who could be, they like to present themselves as somebody who is kind and caring, but then when it comes to the point where they have to demonstrate that those are actual characteristics of theirs, it's like, wah, wah. So this is somebody who spends a lot of energy and effort. Whatever magic they have, they waste it on this Empress in the reverse energy, which is, I can't build my own stuff. I can't create my own things. I can't solve my own problems or heal my own things. I tear down the things of others. So I do feel like this is somebody that is a friend or has said that they are your friend, but they are not in fact capable of acting like your friend. So go meet some new friends, okay? Doctor's orders. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I'll have some more members only content later. Toodles.